Fire is a universal tool for heating and cooking, but the smoke it creates can be toxic. In fact, millions of people around the world die each year from smoke-related illnesses. Project STOKE aims to change this by bringing smokeless stoves to developing countries and empowering communities to build them. Timothy Lipp, the president of Project STOKE, got involved after learning about what makes this stove design so different from other stoves.
There's two things. One is that they can be built in the communities where they're used, using local materials, and the other is that they actually produce something called biochar, which is kind of like charcoal but highly processed, and that can be used as a soil additive and has a few other uses as well.
In traditional stoves, the burning of wood forms gases and byproducts which are also burned by the fire. But because the air flow is uncontrolled, many particles are not burned completely and they rise into the air as smoke. Smokeless stoves work by controlling this process.
So it has two cylinders. The inner cylinder is where you put the wood, and then there's air vents in the bottom of that inner cylinder. As the wood burns, the oxygen comes in from the bottom. Then as it burns, the air goes between the outer cylinder and the inner cylinder and comes back in and forces the smoke back into the flame. So it produces much less smoke than a traditional firewood, and it burns more efficiently.
Last summer, Project STOKE brought these stoves to villages in Kenya, where Timothy was inspired even further by his experience.
A lady invited us over to her house and we wanted to take some videos and interview her, and she decided to make some tea for us. But after about 90 seconds, I couldn't handle the smoke in my eyes. It was painfully burning my eyes just after a short period of time.
Most women in countries such as Kenya cook with open fires inside their homes. With this smokeless stove, they will be able to provide for their family without the harmful effects of smoke. Since the heat in these stoves is concentrated and they burn slowly, less wood is needed, causing less deforestation. In addition, the biochar can be sold to farmers for fertilizer. Locals are trained to manufacture the stoves themselves, which creates jobs and empowers the community. You can visit Project STOKE's website to find out more about these stoves and stay updated as they expand their projects in Kenya and around the world.